Imagine you're sitting alone in a quiet room. No one is there to help you, no one to comfort you, and yet, deep inside, you feel a gentle strength growing. What if you could heal your mind and heart all by yourself? What if the pain, the stress, and the worries could slowly fade away without needing anyone else's help? Healing yourself from inside is not just a dream, it is possible. And today, we will explore how ancient wisdom, especially from Buddhism, can guide you on this path. Have you ever wondered why sometimes, no matter how many people try to help, you still feel stuck in pain? Or why some wounds heal slowly and others just keep hurting inside? What if the true power to heal was already inside you, waiting to be discovered? Healing is not just about medicine or therapy. It is about understanding yourself deeply and gently. Let me share a simple example. Imagine a small seed planted in the ground. If you water it, give it sunlight, and care for it patiently, it will grow into a strong tree. But what if you only wait for someone else to plant the seed or take care of it? The seed may never grow. Healing yourself is like planting your own seed and nurturing it every day. Welcome to Wisdom Woven, where we explore simple and deep ways to heal and grow from within. If you find this message helpful, please remember, there are so many views on this channel, but only 0.2% subscribed. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And to stay energetic, first comment, Namo Buddha below. Also, drop down your thoughts in the comments. Your experience matters here. In Buddhism, healing begins with understanding the mind. The Buddha taught that our suffering comes not from outside, but from how we react inside. Our thoughts, feelings, and attachments create pain. But when we learn to see things clearly, without judgment, healing naturally begins. This healing does not need anyone else's approval or presence. It is a quiet journey inward, where you listen to your own mind with kindness. Slowly, the knots of anger, sadness, and fear loosen. Your heart becomes lighter, and peace grows like a gentle river flowing inside you. Many people think healing means forgetting pain, but in truth, it means facing it gently. Buddhism teaches that by accepting our feelings fully, without running away, we allow them to change. Like clouds passing in the sky, pain comes and goes. As you watch this video, imagine yourself walking this path of self-healing. You are not alone, even if you are by yourself. The wisdom of the Buddha, thousands of years old, can be your companion, your guide. Stay with me through this journey, because by the end of this series, you will have simple tools to heal yourself. You will understand how to calm your mind, ease your worries, and find peace inside you, without waiting for anyone else to do it for you. Listen carefully. Life is full of moments, some bright, some dark. Yet, no one escapes suffering. This is the first truth that the Buddha spoke of. He said, life includes suffering, not to scare us, but to open our eyes, to understand the nature of our life deeply. To see suffering is the beginning of freedom. Think about your own life. Have you felt pain? Of course, everyone has. The pain of losing someone, the pain of growing old, the pain of illness, the pain of loneliness. These pains are part of life's path. They are not punishments. They're simply part of the natural world we live in. Many people try to run away from suffering. They want to hide from sadness or anger. But hiding is like putting your hands over your eyes. You cannot see clearly. Until we see suffering clearly, how can we find a way to heal it? The Buddha taught us to look at suffering honestly, to see it without fear, not to fight it or ignore it, but to accept it as it is. This is not weakness. This is courage. You may ask, why do we suffer so much? It is because we want things to be different than they are. We want to hold on to what makes us happy and push away what makes us sad. We want life to follow our desires. But life does not always follow our wishes. This causes frustration. When things change, and everything changes, our mind feels pain because it clings tightly. The Buddha called this attachment. Clinging is the root of suffering. Imagine holding a hot coal tightly in your hand. You want to keep it, but it burns you. Letting go is hard. But only by letting go can your hand be free from pain. So it is with suffering and attachment. When we hold tightly to our hopes, our memories, or our pain, we only increase our suffering. The path to healing begins with understanding this truth deeply. When you realize that clinging causes pain, you start to loosen your grip. This does not mean you stop caring. It means you learn to love without holding too tightly. You learn to live with change. You learn to see that everything in life flows like a river. If you try to stop the river, you will only hurt yourself. Many people resist this truth. They say, if I stop wanting things, will I become empty? Will I lose my happiness? No, you will not lose happiness. You will find a deeper, quieter happiness. A happiness that does not depend on outside things. This happiness comes from peace inside, from freedom from the storm inside your mind. When you stop chasing after every desire, your mind becomes calm like a still lake. In your daily life, you can see this truth in small ways. Maybe you want your body to be young again, but it ages. Maybe you want your loved ones to stay with you forever, but they change or leave. Maybe you want your health to be perfect, but sometimes it is not. When these things happen, and they will, what do? Do you fight? Do you get angry or sad? Or do you take a breath and remind yourself that life is like this? That change is natural? When you practice accepting these moments as they are, your suffering begins to soften. It is like water slowly melting ice. The more you accept, the less your mind resists. Buddhism teaches that suffering is not punishment. It is a signal, a teacher. It shows us where we are holding on too tightly, where we expect the world to be different than it is. If you're willing to listen to this teacher, healing can begin. Not fast, not always easy, but real. Because real healing comes from understanding, not from hiding. Sometimes, you may feel stuck in your suffering. You may think it will never end. This is natural. The mind often clings to pain because it feels familiar. Letting go means stepping into the unknown. That can be scary. But remember, every breath is a new beginning. Every moment is a chance to soften your heart, to let go a little more. Start with small steps. When you notice pain or worry, do not push it away. See it clearly. Name it gently. This is pain. This is worry. When you do this, you create space inside. Space where healing can grow. The Buddha said, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. If your mind is full of clinging and resistance, you suffer. But if your mind learns to flow like water, you find freedom. You may ask, how do I train my mind to flow? It is through mindfulness. Mindfulness is paying attention to what is happening right now, without judgment. It is the simple act of watching your thoughts and feelings as if you were a calm observer. This is not easy at first. The mind wants to jump to the past or the future. It wants to tell stories about pain or fear. But with practice, you can bring your attention back to this moment. When you do, you will notice something wonderful. The storm inside you begins to calm. You begin to see your pain is not all of you. It is just a part of your experience. You begin to realize you have a choice, to suffer or to heal. Healing does not mean forgetting your pain. It means seeing it clearly, accepting it, and letting it pass. Like clouds drifting across the sky. Sometimes dark, sometimes light, but always moving. When you understand suffering this way, you start to live differently. You stop fighting what is. You stop chasing what cannot last. You find peace in the present moment. This peace is the foundation of healing. It is the heart of Buddhist wisdom. It is the gift the Buddha left for us all. So, dear one, as you walk your path, remember this. Suffering is not your enemy. It is your teacher. It calls you to wake up, to see life clearly, to heal from within. Every moment, you have the chance to listen to this call, to be gentle with yourself, to open your heart and mind, to heal without needing anyone else. This is the first step on your journey, the step that opens the door to all the healing that follows. Now, take a deep breath. Feel your body. Feel the world around you. Know that you are not alone. You have the wisdom inside you, waiting to guide you. Trust this wisdom. Trust yourself. The journey has begun. You have come far in your journey. Now let's speak of something very important. something that often hides in the heart of suffering. This is desire, attachment, craving. It is like a flame inside that keeps burning, never satisfied. To heal yourself fully, you must understand this flame. Imagine holding a cup that has a tiny hole. No matter how much water you pour in, it will never fill. This hole is desire, the endless wanting. We want things to be different, to have what we do not have, to hold on to what slips away. But this wanting pulls us deeper into pain. This craving is not just for things. Sometimes we crave for feelings, for approval, for memories to stay. We grasp at the past and worry about the future. Our mind becomes tangled like a thick forest, where every tree is a thought that traps us. When you hold on tightly to what you want, you suffer. When you refuse to let go of what hurts, you suffer. This is the truth that the Buddha taught. He called it the second noble truth. That desire is the root of suffering. But what does it mean to let go? Letting go does not mean giving up or being cold. It means understanding that holding on too tightly only hurts you more. It means opening your hand and letting the river flow instead of trying to hold the water in your palm. Many people think that if they stop wanting, life will become empty. But the opposite is true. When desire fades, a quiet happiness appears. It is not loud or flashy, but deep and steady, like a mountain standing calm through storms. Try this. Think of something you want very much, a thing, a feeling, or even a memory. Now imagine holding it gently without squeezing. Notice how your body feels. Is there tension? Can you soften your grip? This simple practice helps you see how desire traps you. When you hold things lightly, you allow yourself to breathe. You open a door inside that leads to peace. Attachment is like a heavy stone tied to your leg. It makes every step hard and slow. But when you cut the rope and let the stone fall, you walk freely and lightly. This does not mean you stop caring. The Buddha never said to be careless or cold. He taught that you can care deeply without losing yourself. You can love without clinging. You can live fully without fear of losing. Look at the world around you. Nothing stays the same. Flowers bloom and wither. Seasons change. People come and go. When you try to hold on tightly, you miss the beauty of the changing moment. Healing yourself means learning to live with change. It means feeling your feelings but not being trapped by them. It means seeing your desires clearly and choosing when to follow them and when to let them pass like clouds in the sky. This is the practice of freedom. This is the path to healing. Sometimes when desire is very strong, it feels like a storm inside. It pushes and pulls you this way and that. You may feel restless or unhappy, even if everything around you seems fine. In those moments, remind yourself, this storm will pass. Like the weather, feelings come and go. You are not your desire. You are the sky in which the storm happens. You can watch your thoughts without being swept away. You can breathe deeply and find calm in the middle of the chaos. The mind can be trained like a wild horse. With patience and kindness, you can guide it gently. The more you practice letting go, the lighter your heart becomes. You may wonder, if I let go of desire, will I lose my joy? The truth is, real joy does not come from grabbing or needing. It comes from being present, from seeing the world as it is, from loving without strings. When you stop chasing, you begin to live. This wisdom is not easy at first. It takes time. Sometimes you will hold on tightly again. That is okay. The path is not perfect. The important thing is to keep returning to the truth. Remember the seed and the tree from before. The tree does not force the seed to grow. It gives water and sunlight, and the seed grows when it is ready. So, it is with healing. Be gentle with yourself. Healing happens not by fighting your desires, but by understanding them. Not by pushing them away, but by watching them with kindness. When desire loses its power over you, a great peace appears. It is the peace of a clear, still lake, reflecting the sky without waves. This peace is inside you always. The Buddha's teaching is a lamp that lights the way back to that peace. So, practice seeing your desires clearly. Notice when you hold on too tightly. Breathe deeply and open your hand. Let the water flow. The next time you feel pain or restlessness, do not run. Do not push it away. Sit with it like a friend. Watch it quietly. It will teach you what you need to know. This is the root of healing, understanding your inner flame and learning to let it shine without burning you. As you continue your journey, remember, healing is not about becoming perfect. It is about becoming real. It is about walking with your whole self with kindness and courage. You are stronger than your desires. You are wiser than your cravings. And you have the power to heal all by yourself. Trust this path. Trust the wisdom inside you. Step by step, moment by moment, your heart will heal. Your mind will grow calm. Your life will become whole. This is the gift of understanding desire, the root of pain and the door to peace. Let be your guide. Listen carefully. There's a quiet truth in life that many overlook. This truth is the hope, the promise that suffering, pain, and sorrow do not have to last forever. You may have carried a heavy burden for many years. You may feel trapped, as if your troubles are walls built so high, no light can reach you. But know this, those walls are not permanent. They can be broken down. The Buddha calls this truth the third noble truth, the truth of the end of suffering. To understand this, imagine a candle burning in the dark. The flame dances, flickers, but it can be put out. When the flame goes out, the darkness does not cause pain. It is just stillness. Suffering is like that flame. It burns, yes, but it is not forever. There's a way to bring the flame to rest, to find calm beyond the fire. Many believe that pain and suffering are a permanent part of life. Some say, this is just how life is, and there's no escape. But the Buddha gently taught otherwise. He showed that suffering arises because of causes, because of the ways our mind clings to desires, fears, and illusions. When these causes cease, suffering ceases as well. This is the liberation the Buddha spoke of. It is not something far away or impossible. It is not a reward given by gods or fate. It is a freedom that can be realized here and now by anyone willing to look deeply inside. You might ask, how can suffering end? How can I, who have lived through pain for so long, find peace? The answer lies in understanding the nature of suffering itself. It is born from our cravings, from wanting things to be different than they are. When we hold tightly to what we love, we fear losing it. When we push away what we dislike, we create tension in ourselves. The mind, caught in this endless wanting and rejecting, becomes restless. This restlessness is suffering. But when we begin to see this pattern clearly, we can gently let go. Letting go does not mean we stop caring. It means we stop grasping. Like holding a bird too tightly. You may think holding it close keeps it safe, but in truth, it causes pain. The bird cannot breathe or fly. But if you open your hand, the bird may rest on your finger or fly freely. It is the same with your mind and heart. Liberation is the space created when we release the tight grip of craving and fear. It is the peace that comes when the mind rests without struggle. This peace is not dull or empty. It is alive with clarity and compassion. In the silence of this peace, you can see things as they truly are. You can feel the natural flow of life without pushing against it. This is freedom. Sometimes, when the pain feels overwhelming, it is hard to believe that peace is possible. But remember the example of the candle. The flame can be fierce and wild, but it can also be extinguished. When the flame stops, there is no more burning, only calm. You have within you the power to calm the flame. The Buddha's path offers steps to help you find this calmness. It begins with understanding, seeing clearly the causes of your suffering without blame or fear. This understanding is like a gentle light in the dark. It does not force anything. It simply shows you the way. When you see the causes, you can begin to untie the knots inside your mind. Untying these knots takes time and patience. It is not a race. The mind is delicate, like a flower unfolding slowly. Sometimes you may feel discouraged. Old habits of craving and fear may return. This is natural. But each time you return to mindfulness, to gentle observation, you create space. This space grows larger with practice. And in this space, suffering loses its power. Liberation is not escaping from life's challenges. It is living fully with them, but without being trapped. Like a river flowing around rocks, you learn to move with obstacles instead of breaking against them. The Buddhist teaching is not about denying pain or pretending it does not exist. It is about seeing pain clearly, understanding it, and learning to live with it wisely. When you do this, you find that suffering is not the whole story. There's also joy, peace, and freedom. These are not distant dreams, but real experiences waiting for you now. Think of a vast sky after a storm. The clouds may have been dark and heavy, but they do not last forever. The sky opens and the sun shines again. Your mind could be like that sky. The storms of craving and fear may come, but they pass. Behind them is a clear, open space where healing happens. This is the liberation the Buddha invites you to discover. It is the end of suffering, not by running away, but by facing it with wisdom and kindness. You do not need to wait for others to heal you. The path to freedom is within your own heart and mind. By practicing awareness, patience, and compassion for yourself, you begin to touch this peace. Even if your suffering feels deep, remember, it is not the final word. There's always a way to find calm. The third noble truth is the light of hope. It reminds us that suffering can end and peace is possible for everyone. Walk this path with courage. Be gentle with yourself. The journey is not easy, but it is worth every step. In time, you will see that the freedom you seek is not somewhere outside. It is here, inside you, waiting to be awakened. The flame of suffering can be gently put out. Then, the quiet light of peace will shine. And that light is your true nature, free, calm, and whole. The path to healing yourself is a journey of small steps. It is not a race, nor is it a destination far away. It is here and now, in every breath you take. Healing begins when you decide to walk a gentle path, a path that the Buddha called the Eightfold Way. This way is not complicated. It is like learning to live wisely, kindly, and clearly. When you follow this path, your heart and mind begin to heal without needing anyone else's help. The Eightfold Way teaches us to live with right understanding. This means seeing things as they truly are. When pain comes, we do not run or hide. We look carefully at what is hurting us. Sometimes, pain is a teacher. It shows us where we are holding on too tightly or where our mind is clouded. Right understanding means accepting the truth of our feelings without blaming ourselves or others. Right thought is the next step. What we think shapes what we feel. When your thoughts are kind and gentle, your mind feels lighter. Instead of thinking, I am broken or I cannot heal, you think, I can learn or I am patient with myself. Right thought is about choosing thoughts that help you grow peace inside. Right speech means speaking with truth and kindness. Even when you talk to yourself inside your mind, use words that soothe rather than hurt. The mind listens to your own voice carefully. If your inner speech is harsh, the pain stays longer. But if your words are soft and encouraging, healing grows stronger. Right action is how you live your days. It is about doing things that bring peace and not harm. Healing is easier when your actions reflect your desire to be gentle with yourself. Eating well, resting, walking slowly, and caring for your body are all right actions. The body and mind are connected. When you care for one, the other feels better too. Right livelihood means choosing a way of living that does not cause harm to yourself or others. When your work and daily routine support your well-being, healing happens more naturally. Even small changes in your life, like choosing calm environments or peaceful people, can help you heal. Right effort is the energy you put into healing. It is not about forcing or pushing hard. It is about steady and gentle effort. Like watering a plant every day, your healing grows when you keep your attention on positive habits and let go of harmful ones. If your mind drifts into old worries, you gently bring it back. This effort creates space for healing. Right mindfulness is the heart of healing. Mindfulness means paying attention to what is happening inside and outside you, without judgment. When you feel pain, you notice it clearly. You observe your breath, your thoughts, and your feelings. This simple act of watching yourself without trying to change or fight anything brings calm. Healing happens because you stop adding more pain with fear or anger. Right concentration is learning to focus the mind. When your mind is calm and focused, you can see more clearly what is hurting and what is healing. Meditation is a way to develop this concentration. Sitting quietly, watching your breath or a peaceful image, you build strength inside. This strength helps you heal deeper wounds, the ones not seen by others. When you walk this eightfold path, you are not trying to be perfect. Healing is not about becoming someone new. It is about becoming more fully who you already are. Like a lotus flower growing from muddy water, your true self can rise from pain and suffering, pure and bright. Sometimes, people think healing means forgetting the past or pushing pain away. But the Buddha showed us that healing means seeing clearly, accepting fully, and letting go gently. It means waking up from the dreams that keep us trapped in suffering. Every step you take on this path brings you closer to peace. You may stumble or feel tired, but each time you return to the path, you grow stronger. The path is always open for you. Healing yourself with the Eightfold Way is a gift you give to yourself. It teaches patience, kindness, and wisdom. When you practice it every day, you begin to notice small changes. Your heart feels lighter, your mind calmer, and your body more relaxed. This healing is not quick or easy, but it is true. It comes from within, from your own willingness to be present with yourself. You do not need to wait for others to fix you or save you. The power to heal has always been inside you. So begin with one step, right understanding. See clearly what you feel today. Then choose a kind thought. Speak gently to yourself. Take an action that cares for your body and mind. Keep your efforts steady but soft. Watch your breath and feelings with mindful eyes. Focus your mind like the calm surface of a quiet pond. The Eightfold Path is like a river flowing inside you, slowly washing away pain, clearing the mud, and making room for peace. Trust this river. Let it carry you gently toward healing. Remember, healing is not a place you arrive at. It is a way of being. It is waking up each day with kindness in your heart and peace in your mind. It is living fully in this moment, even when life is difficult. As a Zen Master, I tell you this. The greatest healer is not outside you. It is your own mindful presence, your own gentle care. When you choose to follow this path, you are never truly alone. The wisdom of the Buddha and the quiet strength inside you walk with you always. Healing is possible here and now. Just take the next step with an open heart. The journey is yours to walk, and it begins with simple, mindful living. Let the Eightfold Path be your guide. It is steady, kind, and true, just like the healing that grows within you. Aging is not something to fear. It is a gentle river flowing through your life, carrying with it experiences, memories, and quiet wisdom. Many think that as the years add up, peace drifts farther away. But I tell you, peace is always within reach, especially when you embrace mindfulness. This is the art of being fully present, awake to each breath, each moment, each heartbeat. When you turn 45, or even beyond, the world can feel heavier. The body may slow down. The mind may grow restless, filled with worries about health, family, or the future. Yet, this is a perfect time to learn the ancient practice of mindfulness, to slow down, to watch your thoughts without judgment, and to gently return to the present moment. Imagine a calm lake. When the wind blows, the surface ripples and disturbs the reflection. But underneath, the water remains still and clear. Your mind is the same. When you practice mindfulness, you learn to settle the waves on the surface so your true nature, the calm lake beneath, can shine. You do not need special tools or a fancy place to practice mindfulness. It is here with you now, in your breath, in your body, in the sounds around you. When you notice your breath, soft, steady, and natural, you begin to anchor yourself in the present. This simple act can ease pain, reduce stress, and bring a deep sense of calm. As you age, you may notice aches or discomfort. Instead of resisting these feelings or becoming angry at your body, try to meet them with kindness. Observe where you feel tension. Breathe into it. Imagine sending gentle warmth and care to those parts. This is mindfulness, not pushing away pain, but allowing it to be like clouds passing in the sky. Many people fear growing old because they think it means losing control. But mindfulness teaches you that true control is in how you respond to life. You cannot stop the years from coming, but you can choose how to meet each day. With awareness, you can find joy in simple things, watching the sun rise, feeling the breeze, savoring a quiet moment of tea. The mind often races with worries. What if my health fails? What will happen to my loved ones? Have I done enough in life? These thoughts pull you away from now, into a place of fear and regret. Mindfulness gently invites you to return. Notice these thoughts. See them as passing clouds, not permanent storms. Let them float away and come back to your breath. It is natural for the mind to wander. Do not judge yourself for this. When you notice your thoughts drifting, simply smile inwardly and bring your attention back to the present. This repeated practice trains your mind to rest more in peace, less in chaos. There's great freedom in accepting the present moment fully. When you let go of struggling against what is, you open a door to peace that does not depend on external things. This peace stays with you, no matter what life brings. Aging also brings the gift of reflection. You can look back on your life and see patterns, habits, emotions, and moments of learning. With mindfulness, you become an observer of your own story, not trapped in it. You see where you have been harsh with yourself and where you have been kind. This awareness is healing. Sometimes, loneliness can visit with age. Mindfulness helps here too. When you feel alone, you can turn inward and find your own company. Your breath, your body, your heart. These are friends who never leave. You can be your own shelter in any storm. The Buddha said, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." This is true, especially as you grow older. When the world feels uncertain, your inner peace becomes a strong foundation. It is a treasure no one can take away. You may ask, how do I begin? The path is simple, yet profound. Sit quietly for a few minutes every day. Close your eyes gently. Feel your breath. When thoughts arise, watch them kindly and return to breathing. This small habit will grow roots deep in your heart. Over time, you will notice changes. You may feel less anxious about the future. You will find moments of joy in ordinary things. A flower, a smile, a warm cup of tea. Life will not always be perfect, but your mind will be steadier, calmer, and more clear. Remember, mindfulness is not a race or a goal to reach. It is a gentle friend who walks beside you, step by step. Some days will be easy. Others may be difficult. This is natural. Be patient with yourself. Each breath is a chance to start again. Each moment is new. You are never too old to discover peace inside. When the mind is quiet, healing flows naturally. Pain softens. Worries fade. You find a place of stillness and comfort within yourself. This is the gift of mindfulness as you age, a way to reclaim your peace, your joy, and your strength. So, embrace the present with kindness. Watch your thoughts like a calm observer. Let your breath guide you back to peace again and again. In this simple practice, you will find the true beauty of growing older, not as a loss, but as a deepening of life's richest experience. Sit with me a moment and close your eyes. Breathe and slowly breathe out. Feel the stillness that surrounds you. In this quiet, there's a healing power waiting to be discovered. Many people search far and wide for cures and answers, but the deepest healing comes from within this silence. You see, in our busy lives, noise fills every corner. Phones ringing, thoughts racing, worries pressing down on our hearts. We forget what it means to be still. Yet, when you embrace silence, you step into a space where the mind can rest. This rest is medicine, a balm for your tired spirit. The Buddha taught us that the mind is like water. When it is stirred and troubled, it becomes cloudy and hard to see through. But when it is still, the water becomes clear, reflecting everything as it truly is. Meditation is the art of stilling the mind, allowing this clarity to arise naturally. Many people think meditation is something difficult. They imagine sitting cross-legged for hours, trying hard to empty their minds. But true meditation is simple. It is about being present, right here, right now, without judgment or struggle. Imagine yourself as a tree, standing tall and quiet. The wind may blow, the rain may fall, but the tree remains steady. Meditation teaches you to be like that tree. No matter what storms come in your mind, you can remain calm and grounded. When you practice silence, you begin to hear your inner voice, the one that is often drowned out by noise and fear. This voice is gentle and wise. It tells you that you are enough, that your pain is temporary, and that peace is always possible. Healing through meditation is not about fixing yourself like a broken machine. It is about allowing yourself to be as you are, with kindness and patience. In silence, you listen to your body and mind without pushing or pulling. Sometimes, thoughts come and go like clouds. You don't need to chase them or hold on to them. Simply notice them, then let them float away. In this gentle watching, the mind becomes lighter and the heart grows softer. People often ask, how long do I need to meditate to heal? The answer is simple. Even a few minutes of true silence each day can begin to transform your life. It is the quality of attention, not the quantity of time, that matters. In the quiet, you may meet parts of yourself that you have ignored. The sadness, the fear, the loneliness. Do not fear these feelings. They're like shadows that disappear when light shines on them. Meditation shines light on your inner world. As your practice deepens, you may notice that pain no longer controls you. It becomes a visitor that you welcome, observe, and then gently release. Healing happens when you stop resisting and start accepting. This acceptance does not mean giving up or being passive. It means being fully present with whatever arises. When you accept yourself, healing energy flows naturally. It is the energy of love, peace, and balance. Many think healing is about changing circumstances outside of them. But true healing happens when you change your relationship with what is inside you. Meditation teaches you this deep truth. The body responds to this inner peace, too. Stress and tension begin to melt away. Blood pressure lowers, sleep improves, and the body's natural healing processes awaken. Silence becomes medicine for both mind and body. You might ask, what if my mind is too busy to be still? This is a common experience. The mind is like a wild monkey jumping from branch to branch. Meditation is the gentle art of inviting the monkey to rest, one moment at a time. Start simply. Find a quiet place where you feel safe. Sit comfortably. Close your eyes if you wish. Take a deep breath and bring your attention to the sensation of breathing, the rising and falling of your chest, the flow of air in and out of your nose. If thoughts come, welcome them kindly, then return your focus to your breath. Each time you do this, you train your mind to become more calm and focused. This practice, repeated daily, slowly untangles the knots of stress and worry. In time, silence will not feel empty but full of life. You will discover a deep well of peace that no one can take away from you. This peace becomes your refuge in times of trouble. Healing is not about rushing or forcing. It is about allowing gently and patiently. Meditation invites you to be present with yourself in this way. It teaches that you already have everything you need inside. You may find that after meditation, your heart feels lighter, your mind clearer, and your spirit calmer. These are signs that healing is happening. Keep practicing, even if only for a few minutes each day. Remember, the power of silence is not something outside you. It is your own true nature, waiting quietly beneath the noise. When you touch this silence, healing blossoms naturally. So come back to this place of quiet often. Let your breath be your guide. Let your mind rest like still water. Let your heart open gently. In silence, you're never truly alone. You are connected to all things, to the wisdom of the Buddha, and to your own inner light. Healing yourself through meditation is the greatest gift you can give to your life. It is simple, accessible, and always available. May you find peace in the silence, and may that peace heal you from the inside out. Sit quietly, breathe softly, let your shoulders relax. Let your thoughts come and go like wind through an open window. Today, I will speak to you about karma and how it connects to healing, even when you are alone. Karma is not punishment. It is not some magical force waiting to hurt you. Karma is action. It is cause and effect. Every thought, every word, every step leaves behind a trace. And each trace creates a ripple. That ripple, in time, returns to you. Sometimes people say, "Why am I suffering now? I did nothing wrong." But life is not so simple. The pain you feel today may come from old thoughts, old habits, old choices, even from years ago, maybe from childhood, maybe even from another life. But do not be afraid. This is not a reason to blame yourself. This is a reason to understand yourself. When you plant a seed, it does not bloom the next day, but one day it does bloom. The same with your actions. What you feel now is the blooming of old seeds. And right now, with each breath, you're planting new ones. If your heart is heavy, if your body feels tired, if your mind is always racing, maybe it is time to look back gently. Ask yourself, what seeds have I planted? What thoughts have I repeated? What feelings have I fed? But do not ask with anger. Ask with kindness. We all have planted both flowers and thorns. Healing begins when you understand that your past does not define your future. It only explains your present. If you're feeling sadness now, it is not a curse. It is the result of something. And once you see that clearly, you are no longer trapped by it. You begin to breathe again, to feel light again. There is a quiet strength in taking responsibility. Not blame, but responsibility. Blame is heavy. Responsibility is freeing. It says, I see what I've done. I see how I've lived. And now, I choose differently. In Buddhism, we say karma is always moving. It is like a wheel. What you turn today will turn back to you. If you act with peace, peace comes. If you act with anger, anger returns. Not as punishment, but as balance. The world always balances itself. This is why we must be very gentle with ourselves. If we hate our past, we plant more hatred. If we feel shame, we water more pain. But if we offer compassion to our past self, even to our mistakes, then we plant healing. And that healing will return, slowly but surely. Some people carry old pain for years. Pain from lost love. Pain for broken family. Pain from things they did and regret. This pain sits in the body. It becomes tension. It becomes illness. It becomes sleep that never feels restful. But listen carefully. Karma is not permanent. It moves like clouds. You're not trapped in old pain forever. You can shift. You can change direction. But first you must stop running. You must sit with your pain like an old friend and say, I see you. I understand why you're here. Then a strange thing happens. The pain softens. It does not shout as loud. It becomes quieter because it has been seen. And being seen is the beginning of healing. Let me tell you something important. Not all karma is yours alone. Sometimes you carry the karma of your parents, of your family, of your culture. You carry stories and fears that were never yours to begin with. And still, they shape your health, your peace, your sleep. But even this is not a prison. When you see it clearly, this fear is not mine. This sadness is old, from before me. You begin to let it go, like setting down a heavy bag you forgot you were carrying. There is no medicine greater than awareness. When you are aware of your habits, your emotions, your patterns, you begin to heal. Not in one day, not like magic, but slowly, gently, like a wound that closes from inside because it is no longer disturbed. So many people ask, how can I be free of suffering? And the answer is always the same. Understand it. Learn from it. Then do differently. That is karma. That is healing. Not escape, but transformation. If you feel alone, remember this. Karma is not a judge. It is a mirror. It shows you where you are and what brought you here. And when you see it clearly, you gain the power to choose a new path. Maybe you are over 45. Maybe your body is slower. Maybe your past feels long and full of wounds. Still, today is new. This breath is new. Karma is never stuck. Healing is always possible. You don't need perfect health. You don't need to fix everything. You just need to see clearly, act gently, and trust the quiet wisdom already inside you. So walk slowly. Speak kindly. Think with care. Each moment is a chance to plant new seeds. And with time, those seeds will grow into peace. Keep going. You have traveled far on this path of healing. You have learned much about your mind, your pain, and your way forward. Now, let's speak about something gentle yet powerful: compassion. Not the kind of compassion that depends on others, but a compassion that begins deep within your own heart. Many believe that to be compassionate means always putting others before yourself. They think it means losing themselves in the needs and sufferings of those around them. But true compassion does not ask you to lose your own peace. It asks you to open your heart, first to yourself and then to the world. Imagine a cup filled to the very top with water. If you try to pour water from this cup to others without first making room in it, what will happen? The water will spill, the cup will overflow, and eventually there will be nothing left inside for you. This is why compassion without balance can leave you empty. To love without losing yourself means to care deeply, yet hold your own center strong. It is like a tree standing tall, offering shade to all around but never falling in the storm. This kind of compassion begins by recognizing your own suffering with kindness. You do not judge yourself for feeling pain or weakness. Instead, you sit quietly with yourself like a calm lake reflecting the sky. When you learn to be kind to yourself, your heart grows wider. It becomes able to hold not only your own pain, but also the pain of others. This does not mean carrying their burdens as your own. It means understanding that all beings suffer, and this shared suffering connects us. You may ask, how do I give love and kindness without depending on anyone? The answer lies in the wisdom of letting go. Letting go of the need for approval, for recognition, or for the feeling that you must save someone else to feel worthy. Healing yourself first allows your compassion to flow naturally, like a river, without forcing it or holding back. In the quiet moments of meditation, you begin to see clearly how attachment clouds your heart. When you cling tightly to expectations, to what others should be or do, your heart closes. But when you release these attachments, your love flows freely without conditions. This is not easy. The mind will resist, whispering fears of loneliness or rejection. But remember, healing is a practice, like tending a garden. Each day you water your compassion. You make space for love that does not depend on another's presence or approval. Buddha said, "Radiate boundless love towards the entire world." This love is not a heavy burden, but a light gift. It starts inside you and reaches out effortlessly. When your compassion is free from needing something in return, it becomes true healing for yourself and others. There is a story of a Zen master who taught a student about compassion. The student asked, "Master, how can I love others if I am still hurting inside?" The master smiled and said, "First, heal yourself as a mother tends her child. Only then can you truly care for others." This means your healing and compassion are not separate. They are two sides of the same coin. You cannot give what you do not have. So nurture your heart daily. Speak kindly to yourself. Forgive your mistakes. Rest in your own presence without judgment. When you do this, your relationships change. You no longer expect others to fill your emptiness or soothe your fears. Instead, you come from a place of wholeness. This makes your love stronger, clearer, and more real. Sometimes, the world may seem harsh or uncaring, but your inner peace is a refuge no one can take from you. Your compassion then becomes a quiet strength, like a candle burning steadily in the night. To heal yourself without depending on anyone is to find this candle inside. It is the light that guides your way when the outside world is dark. You might also notice that when you heal this way, you inspire others. They see your calmness and wonder how it is possible. Without saying a word, your presence teaches them that healing and compassion can be self-born. Remember, Compassion is not a task or an obligation. It is a natural blossoming when you learn to befriend your own heart. Let this friendship grow. Let it become your home. There will be times when you feel tired or your heart feels closed again. This is part of the journey. Do not judge yourself. Return again to your breath, your stillness, your kindness. When you practice like this, slowly, healing becomes your nature. Compassion flows through you not because you must, but because you cannot help it. Is who you are. In time, you will find that loving without losing yourself is the greatest freedom. It frees you from chains of need and expectation. It opens you to peace that no one can give or take away. This is the true gift of self-healing, taught by the Buddha and lived by the Zen Masters. Your heart is your greatest healer and your greatest teacher. Now, take a deep breath and feel the kindness growing inside you. Let it shine softly like the morning sun. This light is yours forever. The way of healing yourself is not a secret locked away in distant temples or hidden scrolls. It is a path open to every heart willing to walk with patience and care. Healing from within is the practice of living the Dharma, the natural truth that guides all life. To live the Dharma means to live gently, clearly, and with a deep respect for the flow of life inside you. When you begin this practice, you do not need grand actions or complicated rituals. You only need to show up for yourself each day, to sit quietly and watch your thoughts, to feel your breath as it rises and falls. These simple acts are the foundation. Like planting a seed, these small steps grow into a strong tree of peace. Healing is like the gentle rain that falls on dry earth. It is soft and persistent. Sometimes it might feel slow, and other times the rain may seem heavy. But over time, the soil softens and nourishes new life. So too, your heart and mind become fertile ground for healing when you live the Dharma. You may ask, how do I build this healing routine? What does it look like in my daily life? The answer is both simple and profound. It begins with being present, truly present, in whatever you do. When you eat, eat mindfully. When you walk, walk with awareness. When you breathe, notice the breath. This attention is the thread that weaves your life into a fabric of healing. Each moment offers an opportunity to return to yourself. When painful feelings arise, do not run from them or try to push them away. Instead, welcome them like a visitor. See them clearly, without fear or anger. Say to yourself, I see you and I am here. This gentle acceptance is a powerful medicine. Living the Dharma also means embracing simplicity. Often, our minds become tangled in worries about the past or future. These thoughts cloud the present moment. But when you simplify your mind, focusing on what is here now, you clear the way for healing. The present moment is where life flows freely, where peace resides. In your healing routine, find time to be still. Stillness is not emptiness but fullness, the fullness of awareness and calm. Even 5 minutes of silence, sitting quietly, can soften the hardest parts inside you. In this stillness, you connect with the wisdom that always lives within your heart. Do not be discouraged if your mind wanders or if old pain feels strong. This is natural. Healing is not a race. It is a steady journey. Like the river that carves through stone over centuries, your gentle efforts will wear away suffering, revealing the smooth stones of peace beneath. One way to deepen this practice is to remember the 3 jewels of Buddhism: the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. The Buddha is the awakened one, the teacher who showed the way. The Dharma is the truth, the path of healing. The Sangha is the community, but it is not only a group of people. It can be the community of your own heart, a gathering of kindness and strength within you. When you live the Dharma daily, your inner Sangha grows stronger. You become your own friend, your own guide. This self-friendship is essential for healing. It replaces loneliness with companionship, fear with courage, and doubt with trust. Another important part of your healing routine is kindness. Kindness toward yourself. We often speak harshly to ourselves, criticizing every mistake or flaw. But healing asks for softness. Speak to yourself as you would to a dear friend. When pain arises, say, "It's okay to feel this. I'm here for you." This kindness opens the heart and loosens the grip of suffering. In living the Dharma, forgiveness also plays a vital role. Forgiveness is not about forgetting or excusing harm. It is about freeing yourself from the heavy burden of anger and resentment. When you forgive, you release chains that bind your spirit. Your healing routine can include moments of forgiveness toward yourself and others. This frees space inside for peace to grow. Healing through the Dharma is not about forcing change. It is about allowing change to happen naturally by creating the right conditions. Just as the sun warms the earth and flowers bloom in their own time, your heart will open when nourished by patience, presence, and love. Each day, as you practice, you will notice small shifts. A moment of calm where once there was restlessness. A smile in your heart where once there was sadness. These signs show that healing is unfolding. Celebrate them quietly, knowing each step matters. Remember, you do not need to heal everything at once. Life's wounds can be many, and some are deep, but by living the Dharma every day, you build a strong foundation. This foundation supports you even when storms come. It gives you roots to stand tall and branches to reach toward the sky. When you feel overwhelmed, return to the breath. The breath is always here, steady and sure. It is your anchor in the sea of change. With each inhale, draw in peace. With each exhale, let go of tension. This simple act reconnects you with your natural balance. The healing routine also asks for balance between effort and ease. Effort means showing up, trying again, gently correcting your course. Ease means not forcing, not judging your progress. Both are needed, like the push and pull of the ocean's tides. Too much effort can burn you out. Too much ease can let old patterns settle in. Find a middle way. Living the Dharma in daily life teaches you to flow with what is, rather than resisting it. This flow is healing. When you stop fighting against the current of your experience, you allow healing to move through you like a gentle river. Sometimes, healing brings tears or sadness. These feelings are not signs of failure, but part of the natural process. Let them come without fear. Like rain watering dry roots, emotions cleanse the heart and make room for new growth. In your healing routine, gratitude is a powerful companion. When you take a moment to notice what is good, a breath, a smile, a warm cup of tea, you open your heart wider. Gratitude shines light into dark places and reminds you that life, even with its challenges, holds beauty. The Dharma encourages us to be patient with ourselves. Healing is not instant. It is a lifetime journey. Each day is a chance to begin again with fresh eyes and a soft heart. You do not have to be perfect. You only need to keep returning to the path. As you live this routine, your mind becomes clearer. The noise of worry and fear quiets. In this quiet, wisdom speaks. You begin to see life as it truly is, changing, imperfect but beautiful. This wisdom heals because it frees you from illusions that cause suffering. Remember, healing is your birthright. The Buddhist teaching is not about suffering forever, but about ending suffering. The path is open to you. All you need is the courage to walk it with gentle steps. When you live the Dharma in your everyday life, healing is no longer something far away. It becomes your companion, your nature. You discover that the power to heal was within you all along, waiting for you to come home. This is the great gift of living the Dharma. To know peace that does not depend on anything outside. To find joy not in things, but in simply being alive, here and now. So walk this path with patience. Be kind to yourself. Listen deeply to your breath and heart. Let the wisdom of the Dharma guide you to heal gently, fully, and truly. Healing yourself is the most profound act of love you can give. It is the greatest kindness you can practice. And it is the journey that will bring you home to peace. Now listen carefully. You have walked a long path. You have learned how to look inside yourself to heal your mind and heart. This journey is not easy. It takes patience. It takes kindness toward yourself. But here you are, at the last step of this journey we began together. This moment is special because it is not really an end. It is a new beginning. Healing yourself without anyone is a deep art. It is the art of living fully, peacefully, even when no one else is around. It is the way of the wise, who understand that inside each one of us, there's a quiet strength, a bright light that never goes out. You have touched that light. You might feel sometimes that you're alone. Maybe your body grows weaker. Maybe your thoughts grow restless. But even in those moments, you're not really alone. The wisdom you carry inside connects you to all things. To the trees, the wind, the sky, and to all the people who have walked this path before you. This is the truth the Buddha showed us long ago. We are all connected. Living alone does not mean being lonely. The silence you find within can become your closest friend. When you learn to sit quietly with yourself, you discover something beautiful. You are enough. Your own presence, your own breath, your own heartbeat is enough. You do not need to seek healing from outside, because the deepest healing comes from inside. This is the way of the Dharma, the teachings of the Buddha. They show us how to live without fear, without pain, without the need to cling to others for happiness. This is not a path of coldness or loneliness. It is a path of great warmth, a warmth that comes from peace inside your heart. Remember the times when you felt overwhelmed, lost, or hurt. Those times were like storms. But just as storms pass, so do difficult feelings. When you practice being present, like the Buddha taught, you watch the storm from a safe place inside. You do not fight the storm. You do not run from it. You simply watch it pass, and then the sky becomes clear again. Healing is not about fixing something broken. It is about coming home to yourself. It is about knowing that you are whole, right now, just as you are. The Buddha said this again and again. The peace you seek is already within you. You only need to see it. You have learned to breathe deeply when fear comes. You have learned to watch your thoughts without getting lost in them. You have learned to be kind to yourself when pain arises. These are powerful tools. Use them every day, like a friend who walks beside you. Now, you can live with freedom. Freedom from needing anyone to heal you. Freedom from depending on others for your happiness. This freedom is a gift, the greatest gift you can give yourself. It is your birthright as a human being. Sometimes you may still feel lonely. That is natural, but when loneliness comes, remember, the universe is vast, and your spirit is vast too. You are part of everything. You are never truly alone. Let your life be like a river that flows gently, with calm and strength. When obstacles come, the river flows around them, always moving forward. When you feel pain, let it flow through you like the river, without stopping or holding on. This is the way to live fully, even in old age. This is the way to keep your heart young, no matter your years. Healing yourself is not a one-time event. It is a lifelong practice, a gentle dance with your own being. Remember, the Buddha did not promise an easy life, but he did promise peace for those who walk the path with patience and kindness. You have that peace now. Keep it safe in your heart. Share this peace with others, not by words, but by your calm presence. When people see you at peace, they will feel it too. This is how healing spreads in the world. Not by force, but by quiet example. You have traveled far on this path. Take a moment now to honor yourself. Be proud. Be gentle. Your journey is your own, and it is beautiful. If ever you forget, come back to this moment. Breathe deeply. Feel your heart. Remember your strength. You are the master of your own healing. Thank you for walking with me. Thank you for trusting this ancient wisdom. May your days be filled with peace, your nights with calm, and your heart with endless light. Remember this always. Healing is inside you, waiting patiently. Now you know how to find it. Now you know how to live with it. This is your gift. This is your freedom. Walk your path with courage and love. The world needs your light. Sit down. Let your shoulders rest. Take a deep breath. And now let go. You have come far, and yet this moment, right here, right now, is more important than any step you've taken. In this stillness, you meet yourself. No one else. No noise. No distractions, just you, and the truth that healing was always within. I have shared much with you on this path. Teachings not from books, but from life itself. The Buddha did not ask us to worship. He asked us to see the truth, to see our pain without turning away, to see our joy without clinging, and most of all, to see ourselves clearly, lovingly, without fear. Healing is not about becoming someone new. It is about coming home to who you have always been. You see, in the eyes of wisdom, you are never broken. Yes, life has hurt you. People may have left. Your body may have changed. Your past may hold many heavy moments. But beneath all of that, like still water under a stormy surface, your true self has always been calm, always been whole, always been enough. When I was young, I believed I had to fight life, that I had to fix myself, that I had to prove something. But years passed. Silence taught me more than books. Time softened my grip, and the truth came gently. There is nothing to fix, only something to understand, to accept, to love. That is the deepest healing. Not escape, not achievement, but acceptance. When you sit with your pain like an old friend, it no longer controls you. When you breathe through your sorrow instead of running from it, it begins to soften. When you stop asking, why me, and begin asking, how can I be with this, you begin to grow. This path is not about becoming invincible. It is about becoming deeply human, tender, awake, and peaceful in the middle of everything. Many of you watching are past the age of constant chasing. You may have lost people. You may feel forgotten, or tired, or invisible. But hear me now, your spirit has not aged. Your heart is still young, and your presence still matters more than you may ever know. In Buddhism, we do not speak of aging as something to fear. We see it as a return to truth, a return to the quiet wisdom you carried from the beginning. The world moves fast, but you can be the stillness within it. And that stillness, that calm presence, is healing not only for you, but for everyone around you. A calm mind is like a candle in a dark room. It doesn't shout, it doesn't force, it simply shines, and others feel that light. So what now? Now you walk forward, slowly, gently, not chasing peace, but bringing peace with you. Every breath is a return. Every moment is a chance to begin again. And every thought, if held softly, becomes a bridge back to your heart. You may feel alone, but in truth, the path walked in silence is the path walked with all the awakened ones who came before you. The Buddha sits with you in your stillness, not as a statue, not as a memory, but as the part of you that knows how to see, how to let go, how to rest. Do not think healing means you'll never feel pain again. You will, but the difference is now you know what to do with it. You know how to breathe, how to sit, how to welcome it like a visitor who will leave when it is time. You don't push it away. You don't feed it. You bow to it. You say, I see you, old pain, but I'm not afraid anymore. And then healing happens, not in fireworks, but in the quiet return to your own breath, your own body, your own life. Take a walk with yourself. Notice the trees, the birds, the sound of your footsteps. This is meditation, not escape, but presence. Life itself becomes your practice. Washing dishes becomes a prayer. Drinking tea becomes a ceremony. Even pain becomes a teacher. And slowly, the life you thought was ordinary becomes sacred. You have learned that peace does not mean perfection. It means permission. Permission to feel, to rest, to say this is enough. That permission is your healing. That permission is your freedom. You no longer need to be someone for anyone else. You no longer need to explain your journey. The soft peace in your heart is enough. It speaks without words. And when people ask you how you healed, you can simply smile and say, I listened to myself. I stopped running. I sat down and breathed. That is the way of the wise. So now, I bow to you, not because I am your teacher, but because you have walked your own path. And in Buddhism, the one who walks alone with awareness is already free. You're already home. This world may never be perfect. Your past may still whisper, but your present is strong. Your breath is your guide. Your calm is your power. You're not the same as when we began this journey. You carry something now, a light, a silence, a space of peace that no one gave you and no one can take away. Guard it, nurture it, return to it, and share it, not in noise, not in speeches, but in the quiet way you live, in the way you speak kindly, in the way you sit in silence without needing to be filled, in the way you love without needing to hold. This is true healing. This is the wisdom of the path. This is the gift you now carry. And so I say, walk on, with soft steps, with deep breath, with clear heart, and when you forget, and you will forget, come back. Come back to the breath. Come back to now. Come back to yourself. Because the one you have been waiting for is not outside. It is you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for walking this sacred path. Thank you for healing. Now go and live like the quiet mountain, like the steady flame, like the soft smile of one who has come home.